Hello, my friends. A very good morning to you. The time right now is 12:26 a.m. and it is October the 14th. Start of a new day. And here we are starting a live stream. I'm starting this live stream and hopefully you'll be joining and staying. It's important that you stay for the entire duration if you can, right? Frank, good to see you. Our friend Frank just joined from Florida. Frank, thanks for being here. Brian is here. Hi, Brian. And there are others who are joining. My friends, the peace plan, the peace deal has been signed. The Trump Declaration for Enduring Peace and Prosperity has been signed. It's a presidential action, a very successful one, a historic achievement. My friends, can you imagine what President Trump has achieved? What his administration has achieved? What we, the people of the United States, what we have achieved? Our country. The American president stopped the conflict in the Middle East. The American president has created a pathway for peace in the Middle East. DSAR, good to see you. I hope more of our friends will be tuning in. I understand it's very late for a lot of people in the West Coast. It's late in the evening. For those who are in the East Coast, it's early morning. It's early morning here in the Central Time Zone. So maybe not the most convenient time for a live stream, but hey, listen. I'm up here. I got my hot tea. So I'm going to be here for a while because there's so much to talk about. I see Heidi is here. Hello, Heidi. Good to see you, Heidi. Good to see you. And others are tuning in. I didn't want to wait until like morning, like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. before doing this live stream. I said, you know what? I know it's probably not the best time for a live stream. A lot of people are asleep. But I can't wait. There's so much I want to talk about, things that need to be said, and so I just started this live stream. And if you are watching this for the first time, if you're new to this channel, I hope you'll subscribe and stay connected. My friends, people could only dream about such a day, and now that dream has become reality. Peace in the Middle East. President Trump has shown that the dream can become a reality. A pathway for peace in the Middle East. Everyone should be happy today. Everyone. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. Whether you like President Trump or not. You may be a Trump fan, you may be a Trump supporter, or maybe you're not. But you have to agree that Donald Trump is the peacemaker. Maybe you voted for Donald Trump in 2016 like I did. Maybe you voted for him in 2020 like I did. Maybe you voted for him in 2024 like I did. Or maybe you did not vote for him. Maybe you voted for Hillary Clinton. And then you voted for Joe Biden. And then maybe you thought, okay, Kamala. Whatever your political affiliation, whether you lean to the right, whether you lean to the left, or whether you're independent, doesn't matter. If you are honest with yourself, you're going to say Donald J. Trump is the peacemaker. He is. Whether you like him or not, you have to agree. Because the whole world is saying the same thing, that Donald J. Trump is the peacemaker. What we have been able to achieve, peace in the Middle East, peace 2025, saw those big letters, peace 2025. If you watched the event that took place in Egypt with all the world leaders of different countries, they all gathered to create a pathway for peace in the Middle East. There was a signing ceremony. If you watch that, you know, in big letters, it was written Peace 2025. Okay? So, what we are seeing today, what just happened in Egypt, the signing of the deal, this could never have been achieved with Joe Biden in office. Never. And it could definitely not have been achieved if Kamala Harris would have won the election. If Kamala would have been in the White House, this peace process, this peace deal, such a deal could never have been achieved. No way. Never would have happened if Kamala Harris would have been in the White House today. So, the peace deal has been signed. And what a scene it was. Tremendous. Just to watch President Trump put his signature on the document. Who has watched the ceremony? Did you watch the ceremony? The signing ceremony? Let me know in the live chat. Brad, good to see you. Brad is here. Others tuning in. Wonderful to see Heidi and Brad and Frank and our friends. Who did I miss? Did I miss anyone? Brian's here. So, what a scene it was to see President Donald J. Trump put his signature on the document, on the peace deal. And then we saw President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. He's the president of the Arab Republic of Egypt. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. He also signed the Emir of the State of Qatar. I just want to get the names correct. Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. He also signed the Emir of the State of Qatar, President Erdogan of the Republic of Turkey. He also signed. So you got the leaders from the United States, our president, and then Egypt, the president of Egypt, President el-Sisi of Egypt, and the Emir of the State of Qatar, and then the President of Turkey. They all signed the peace deal. And when the signing ceremony was taking place, we saw the word, which I mentioned, peace, and then 2025, peace 2025. The world is going to remember this going forward. Peace 2025. And America made it happen. Donald Trump made it happen. God bless America. I see somebody wrote, God bless America. I hope everyone writes, God bless America. Can everyone in the live chat write, God bless America? That'd be great. Candy is writing, God bless Trump. Thank you, Candy. Our president. Heidi is writing, God bless America. Christy is writing, God bless America. Ken is writing, God bless America. Thank you, Ken, for being here. There are others who are writing, God bless USA. Buster writing, God bless America. Big Cat writing, God bless America. Derek writing, God bless America. Frank writing, God bless America. Candy's writing, God bless us all. Absolutely, Candy. Ken says, you're up late, brother Tosif. Yeah, I'm up late. Ken, you know what? I'm probably going to be up for a while. Like I said, I'm drinking tea. So I am going to be up for a while. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited. I feel like I don't need to sleep. I'm just going to stay up and I'll talk to my friends. And hopefully we'll have some new friends joining us. Let's see. Someone saying, I love your leather jacket, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. So I'm going to be up for a while because I want to spend time with my friends. That is my friends here in this community. Hopefully we'll have, as I said, hopefully more people will be subscribing and becoming a part of this community of freedom-loving people now. Has been written in Egypt. This day, and we're already, I mean, it's already a new day, but I'm talking about October 13th. The day will be remembered for years. Not just for years, for decades. In fact, for centuries. For centuries to come, people will remember the signing of the peace deal in Egypt. That is how significant this day is. And we're fortunate that we're living at a time when we get to see this, when we get to experience this. The day and age of technology. We can watch live events. Heidi is saying this day will be remembered. Absolutely, Heidi. Absolutely. Everyone all around the world will remember this day. Tish is here. Tish is writing Trump and then heart. Thank you so much. We got some friends here, wonderful friends. Frank is writing Trump 2028. I love it. And wherever you are, just take a deep breath and feel this. Just take a deep breath, relax, and try to believe the reality that a historic agreement has been signed. And this is not some temporary ceasefire. We see ceasefires, right? Whenever there's a conflict and somebody tries to stop the conflict and there's a ceasefire, and then the ceasefire, kind of vanishes at some point when things escalate again. This is not a ceasefire. This is about lasting peace, enduring peace in the Middle East. And as President Trump likes to say, everlasting peace. I hope that's what this will be. Not just enduring peace, everlasting peace. Everlasting peace, my friends. I see Evelyn joined. Evelyn, thanks for being here. Our friend from Las Vegas. Good to see you, Evelyn. Everlasting peace, hopefully. And this could never have happened if a Democrat would have been in the White House. I mean, what are the Democrats doing right now? Do you know? Do you know what the Democrats are doing right now? As President Trump went to the Middle East, then he went to Africa, which is where Egypt is. It's in Africa. President Trump went to Africa to sign this peace deal. And he got all the world leaders, top world leaders, to join him at the event. As President Trump and his administration were busy doing that, creating a pathway for peace, what were the Democrats doing? The Democrats, they are arrogant, and they continue to keep the government shut down. That's what the Democrats are focused on. That is all that the Democrats can think of right now. They want to make this government shutdown go longer. They are inflicting pain and suffering on the people of this country. The Democrats, the radical left Democrats, they are the ones running the party. I mean, you think that there might be some moderate Democrats? Yeah, there are some moderate Democrats. I'll tell you that. There are some moderate Democrats. And the moderate Democrats actually realize what kind of damage the far left Democrats are doing to the Democrat Party. But the moderate Democrats are quite powerless at this point. I mean, no one's listening. There's basically in the Democrat Party, there's no room for the moderates, those who want to come to the table. Just a few of them, just a few names you can come up with of Democrats who might say, you know what, let's get to the table, let's have a discussion with the Republicans, let's open the government up. I'm sure there are a few Democrats like that, but they are pretty powerless. The power within the Democrat Party is concentrated in the hands of the far left. So the AOC kind of people. You know AOC, right? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It seems to me that she's the one who's leading the party right now. I mean, do you think Chuck Schumer is the leader? Do you think Hakeem Jeffries is the leader? By the way, Hakeem Jeffries is pretty far left. Who's the leader of the Democrat Party? Do you know? Is there a leader? I don't think so. They're all confused. I mean, for a while, and I've discussed this before. I did talk about it on this channel. I did raise the question, like, who's leading the Democrat Party? There's no one. Really no one. It's not Chuck Schumer. I mean, he's responsible for this shutdown. That's why we call it the Schumer shutdown, but he's being influenced by the voices of the far left. So Chuck Schumer truly is worried about being primaried for his Senate seat. He is afraid that somebody from the far left, in this case, likely AOC, is going to primary him in New York for his Senate seat. And that's why Chuck Schumer, he decided to abandon any logic, any reason, any common sense, and he decided to do whatever the far left wants him to do. And that's why we call it the Schumer shutdown. I mean, Chuck Schumer can end this shutdown If he gathers the willingness to do it, Chuck Schumer can end this, but no, he is not. And the moderate Democrats, just very few of them are there, they are understanding what's going on. And they're the ones who are frustrated, the moderate ones. And the far left, the arrogant far left, they continue with the shutdown. Now, why do I bring up the shutdown? In the middle of an ongoing shutdown, President Trump secures probably the biggest deal in history. Would you say that? Probably the biggest deal in history, in modern history. The biggest agreement, this peace deal. So Donald Trump and his team, they worked on securing this deal, and they signed this deal in the middle of a Democrat government shutdown, in the middle of the Schumer shutdown. So I mean, and that tells you what the priorities are. For the Republicans, it's about peace and stability and security. For the Republicans, that's what they focus on. How can we bring about more stability and greater peace and greater prosperity? And the Democrats, they focus on shutdown. They want to focus on chaos. Radical left policies, that's their priority. We the Republicans, and not just we the Republicans, I mean, keeping politics aside, freedom-loving Americans, they want peace in the United States. They want peace around the world. They want stability in the United States. They want stability around the world. And they support the Peace 2025 efforts. Freedom-loving Americans. And the radical left, they want to drag this shutdown further. It's been several days that the government's been shut down, and the Democrats are just dragging this on. Okay, so my friends, President Trump made this peace deal a reality. But let me tell you, the reason why President Trump could do this is because we the people are always supporting him. We are praying for him. So we look at President Trump, we look at all the great things that he is doing. But remember, he is doing it with the support of the American people. We pray for him, we support him. We voted for him. We put him in the White House. We gave him the power that he now has, that he is using to make the world a better place. So it's President Trump's success, but it's also our success. It's your success if you voted for Trump. It's my success. It's our success. And in this case, because we're talking about the Middle East peace deal, in this case in particular, I would say it's not just the American people that support President Trump, but millions and millions and millions and millions of people and more around the world support him. Because it's a global matter. So we were eagerly watching, we were eagerly waiting to see the signing of a peace agreement. We the Americans, but the world was watching. I mean, you can tell from the number of leaders from different parts of the world who showed up in Egypt on short notice to participate in that ceremony. Now, I don't know if you've been hold on. I know that some of you, as eager as I always am, you were probably watching the ceremony, you were probably listening to the speeches, you probably saw the signing ceremony, but then obviously some of you probably did not watch it. Maybe you just read the news, maybe you just read the headlines. And so I thought I'm going to read to you some words from the peace deal. Okay, I'm not going to read the entire document. You can look it up on the internet. It's on the White House website, but I'm going to read to you just maybe a few sentences to give you some idea about the language and the meaning behind the language, the strong meaning of the peace deal. Okay? All right, so here it goes. I quote, "We, the undersigned, welcome the truly historic commitment and implementation by all parties to the Trump peace agreement, ending more than 2 years of profound suffering and loss, opening a new chapter for the region defined by hope, security, and a shared vision for peace and prosperity. We support and stand behind President Trump's sincere efforts to end the war in Gaza and bring lasting peace to the Middle East. Together, we will implement this agreement in a manner that ensures peace, security, stability, and opportunity for all peoples of the region, including both Palestinians and Israelis." End quote. I'm going to read more, but I want you to process this. The words, focus on the words, historic commitment, and opening a new chapter for the region defined by hope, security, and a shared vision for peace and prosperity. The shared vision is the part that you need to focus on. Unity, which is what matters. The Middle East has seen conflict for many years. Many is not a strong enough word. Many years, really. And in order to bring peace in that region, the efforts need to be collaborative. That's why shared vision, it's not just what we, the Americans, envision for the Middle East. It's about what the regional partners envision. It's about what the world envisions regarding peace in the Middle East. So shared vision for peace and prosperity. And then the words, we support, I'm going to read the quote again. "We support and stand behind President Trump's sincere efforts to end the war in Gaza and bring lasting peace to the Middle East." Beautiful, beautiful words. And together we will implement this agreement. Implement. You know, if you sign an agreement, that's great. But if an agreement is signed, that doesn't help solve the problem unless you implement it. So the implementation piece is so important. And that is where the leaders are saying, together we will implement this agreement in a manner that ensures peace, security, stability, and opportunity for all peoples of the region, including both Palestinians and Israelis. This is so amazing. I don't have words. I don't have words to describe how I feel. I don't have words to describe how I feel. I mean, just the power in the language. Peace, security, stability, and opportunity for all peoples of the region, including both Palestinians and Israelis. My friends, share with me your thoughts. Share with me your thoughts. I'm so happy. I mean, this would make anyone emotional. This would make any person who has a heart, who can understand the significance of the language in this agreement, it would make any person with a heart emotional. This is what so many people dreamed of. You go back years and decades, people dreamed of peace in the Middle East. But no one could help achieve that. Like I said, not a ceasefire. Not a ceasefire. It's lasting peace. Not just a ceasefire is temporary. We see ceasefires. Ceasefires take place and ceasefires are gone. This is about lasting peace in the Middle East. Okay, I'm going to read to you a little bit more from this peace deal, all right? And I quote, "We understand that lasting peace will be one in which both Palestinians and Israelis can prosper with their fundamental human rights protected, their security guaranteed, and their dignity upheld. We affirm that meaningful progress emerges through cooperation and sustained dialogue, and that strengthening bonds among nations and peoples serves the enduring interests of regional and global peace and stability," end quote. This is so great. This is so powerful. Lasting peace will be one in which both Palestinians and Israelis can prosper with their fundamental human rights protected, their security guaranteed, and their dignity upheld. Evelyn, what do you think? Evelyn is saying it is great. It is great. My friends, today I'm having difficulty coming up with words to describe my feelings. I'm just gonna say amazing, great, because I can't find the words to describe the degree of joy, the intensity of the happiness that I feel seeing the success of the peace efforts. Profound. Evelyn says profound. Absolutely profound. And like I said, if you have a heart, if you understand the difference between right and wrong, if you understand the difference between good and bad, if you know what is good, if you know what is right, if you know what is good for mankind, then you must applaud, you must be grateful. And you don't have to be an American. This is significant, this is big, as Evelyn said, profound for the whole world. America took the leadership. America, President Trump led. He continues to lead the efforts. But he brought so many countries together because this is a big deal, historic deal for the whole world. My friends, there's more in the document, and I encourage you to read it. I know some folks, you like to read, others don't. I know a lot of people who love to read. You give them a book, you give them a document or a paper, journal, whatever, they'll read it. They read fast. They read attentively. They like to read. They like to learn. Others may not like to read. There are folks who don't like to read. They'll watch videos, they'll listen to podcasts, they'll listen to the radio, they'll watch, but they don't read. That's all right. But in this case, I think you'll be touched. You'll be very emotional if you actually read the entire document. It's on the White House website. Go look for it. Very easy to find. And it's very important. If you are an American, please read it. And you're going to be proud of our president. You know what the title of that document is? The title is The Trump Declaration for Enduring Peace and Prosperity. Presidential Memoranda, October 13, 2025. Go find it. If you are an American, you are going to be very proud of our 47th president, Donald J. Trump. And I think people from all over the world should read this peace deal. Read the text. Read the language. This matters to everyone. This is about global peace and security. Now, I told you previously, now this is going to get interesting here. I've told you previously that Hillary Clinton said that she commends President Trump. I mean, this is such a success that even Hillary Clinton said she commends President Trump. And now let me tell you, Bill Clinton, he praised Donald Trump for what he did for world peace. Bill Clinton. That's right. Former President Bill Clinton praised Donald Trump. Bill Clinton said that President Trump and the regional partners deserve great credit. Former President Bill Clinton said, and I'm going to read to you a quote, okay? Former President Bill Clinton said, and I quote, "I'm grateful that a ceasefire has taken hold, that the last 20 hostages have been freed, and that desperately needed aid has begun to flow into Gaza. President Trump and his administration, Qatar, and other regional actors deserve great credit for keeping everyone engaged until the agreement was reached." End quote. This is truly wonderful. Butch is here. Hi, Butch. Good to see you. Good to see you, Butch. Butch Ramsey is here. Um, by the way, my friends, please subscribe if you have not done so already. I would appreciate that. It's important that you subscribe and support this channel, okay? Be a part of the community. When you subscribe, it helps you stay connected, so that whenever I publish videos, you'll get notifications, hopefully. Butch, good to see you, Butch. Butch says, been a while, my friend. Started doing live streams again. And yeah, I'm trying to, I mean, life's busy, but I'm trying to find out time during the evening or at night or really early in the morning to do these live streams. Someone's asking, can you say where you're from? I live in Madison, Wisconsin, in the great state of Wisconsin, also known as America's Dairyland, also known as the Badger State. Okay, I'm in Wisconsin. All right. In case you're wondering where I'm originally from Bangladesh, born and raised in Bangladesh, came to the United States as a legal immigrant. Legal. All right, came here legally. Completed the paperwork, completed all the process, all the procedures, came to the US legally, and became a US citizen. So I'm a naturalized American citizen. I have the right to vote, and I have the responsibility to vote in American elections. So US citizen, born and raised in Bangladesh originally. I became a citizen in 2014, okay, in case you're wondering. So yeah, I live in Madison, Wisconsin. Truly a wonderful place. All right. Okay, so there's so much to talk about today. So much to talk about. It's such a great day. And I want to highlight something. Okay, so this is going to be very important, so I hope that you all listen to me, what I'm going to discuss now. I hope you all, are you ready for this? I want to make sure that you're paying attention. Are you ready? Just say ready. Evelyn says yes. Evelyn's ready. What about some of my other friends? Are you ready? Steven's saying you do a great job. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Butch is saying ready. Great. DA is saying yes. Frank is saying ready. Steven's saying ready. All right, I'm gonna start. You're gonna find this very, very interesting. So it's a highlight. In case you did not watch the peace deal signing ceremony and the events that took place in Egypt, if you were busy during the day, if you were outside for whatever reason, you had personal commitments, you had work, if you, for whatever reason, missed watching on TV the events of the day that took place in Egypt, if you did not watch the replay, I'm going to highlight something. I want to talk about the speech that was delivered by the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Who watched it? Who watched it? It was a big highlight. The speech, it was a short speech, not a very long speech. Evelyn saying that was terrific. The speech by the Prime Minister of Pakistan, the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, the speech that he gave, very, very powerful. He said, this is the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, saying, and I quote, "Today is one of the greatest days in contemporary history because peace has been achieved." End quote. He also said that President Trump is genuinely a man of peace. These are words coming from Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan. He called President Trump a man of peace, genuinely a man of peace. And he also said, "I would like to nominate this great president for Nobel Peace Prize." I love it. I love it. Nobel Peace Prize. The Honorable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, he's a great Prime Minister, by the way, truly a great leader and a great ally of the United States, Shehbaz Sharif, he declared to the whole world, speaking at the event in Egypt, he informed everyone all over the world that he would like to nominate this great president, meaning President Trump, for Nobel Peace Prize. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said, as he looked at President Trump, he said, "President, I would like to salute you. Do you understand how powerful this is?" With the whole world watching, the whole world watching, with all the great leaders from different countries present on stage, not just in the room, but on stage. And Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was at the podium in front of the microphone. President Trump was standing right there on one side. It was actually President Trump speaking, and then he introduced Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and asked if he would like to say something, and then the Prime Minister came to the podium in front of the microphone and he delivered a speech. And so President Trump was standing right there. So the Prime Minister looks at President Trump and says, "President, I would like to salute you." The leader of a country that is our ally, saying to the US President, the Prime Minister of Pakistan saying to the US President, "President, I would like to salute you." This is really the highest honor at an event, at a historic event in Egypt. This was not some bilateral meeting, okay? This was not some bilateral, we see a lot of bilateral meetings where you've got two leaders from two different countries, they sit down next to each other, the media is taking pictures and they give their remarks and they have a little dialogue, they've got their delegation and all that. No, this was not bilateral. It was so many leaders from so many countries around the world. You had Italy, you had Germany, and all the different countries. Canada was there, France, so many leaders. Pakistan, Qatar. It's a big list. Okay. So all the people who were there. I'm not going to read the whole list, but Viktor Orban, he was there from Hungary. He's the Hungarian leader. And then Abdul Fattah el-Sisi, president of Egypt, he was there obviously. The event took place in Egypt. The Emir of Qatar, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, he was there. President of Turkey, Erdogan, he was there. Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, he was there. Emmanuel Macron, President of France, was there. The German Chancellor was there. The Canadian Prime Minister was there. The Prime Minister of Italy was there. The King of Jordan, the President of Indonesia, and others. I mean, it's a long list, okay? You can go look at the whole list. It was at this gathering that the Prime Minister of Pakistan really gave the highest honor to President Trump by saying, "President, I would like to salute you." And he said something which I hope you all carefully listen to and understand. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that President Trump saved millions of lives. And that's the truth. Millions of lives that President Trump saved by stopping all these conflicts, by stopping all these wars. Evelyn says agreed. Thank you, Evelyn. I know that those who are listening to this, there are Trump supporters, there are those who don't support Trump, and those who don't support Trump, I understand that your political bias may be influencing you, no matter how many great things President Trump does, you're probably not going to acknowledge that. President Trump can do the greatest things, which, he is doing. This is one of the greatest things in human history, really, what President Trump achieved today. And even after all this, there are folks who don't want to acknowledge President Trump's accomplishments. They don't want to acknowledge how great President Trump is, no matter what he does. I mean, he literally saved millions of lives. All the conflicts that he stopped. Imagine what would have happened if those conflicts would not have been stopped, if the conflicts would continue in different parts of the world. How many lives would have been lost? Millions. And especially the conflict between India and Pakistan. Major powers, major military powers of both these countries, India and Pakistan. If that conflict, and it was escalating fast, if that conflict would not have been stopped, President Trump helped de-escalate and stop that conflict. But if that conflict would have continued, can you imagine what would have happened? I mean, these are not small countries we're talking about, India and Pakistan. These are major military powers. If you don't have any idea about India and Pakistan and their militaries, you just go and study it, all right? Go and look at some information from reliable sources on the internet, and you'll understand how powerful the Pakistani military is, how powerful the Indian military is. You got two major powers in a conflict, and if that conflict would not have been stopped, who knows what would have happened. So President Trump truly has saved millions of lives, okay? And sadly, the folks on the far left, they don't want to admit that. But President Trump did what he did, and the world knows what he did, which is he saved millions of lives. And Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that in front of the whole world. And he also called President Trump's team a wonderful team. Don't forget the team. It's President Trump, but he's got a great Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Probably the greatest. Would you say that? AC Cruz, good to see you. Our friend AC Cruz just joined. AC, wonderful to see you. If I missed greeting any friend, I apologize. The comment section moves really fast. Sometimes it's not possible to see all the names. But AC, good to see you. AC Cruz is a huge supporter of this channel. AC, always wonderful to see our friend AC Cruz. Thank you, AC. Give me a second here. By the way, please subscribe if you have not done so already, okay? I would appreciate that very much. Please subscribe and help this channel grow. Okay. All right. So it's not just President Trump, but he's got a great team. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Defense, who is now the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and just his entire team. Great people, and that's why President Trump and his administration are able to achieve what they are able to achieve. Great things. Why? Because they are capable people. They are a great team, a wonderful team, as the Prime Minister of Pakistan said. And finally, I'm going to give you another quote from Prime Minister Sharif. He said, and I quote, "History will remember in golden words," end quote. That's true. History will remember in golden words what President Trump has achieved. History will remember his leadership and everything that he did to bring peace in the Middle East. History will remember in golden words. Truly, if you listen to Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's speech in Egypt from October 13th, it's truly one of the best speeches by a foreign leader in recent years. And this country, Pakistan, under the leadership of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, is really a very powerful ally of the United States of America. And the Prime Minister thanked President Trump. So, what a great achievement, my friends. And there, like I said, really no words to describe the joy that I feel seeing that this peace deal has been signed. And so many countries are involved. So many countries are involved. In Egypt, at this signing ceremony, there were leaders from different countries, Asian leaders, European leaders, the Canadian Prime Minister, I already mentioned that, leaders from different parts of the world, truly a remarkable success. And you know what? Books will be written about this. You can expect that. Books will be written, and I'm guessing documentaries will be made, documentary movies will be made about this. Books will be written. And whatever we're witnessing right now in the world, we are part of history. We are very fortunate that we get to see this, that we get to cheer for the peacemaker, Donald Trump. Remember, my friends, when all of this was happening, There was and there continues to be a government shutdown, a radical left shutdown, a radical left government shutdown. President Trump visited the Middle East and Africa to bring peace in that region in the middle of a government shutdown, the Schumer shutdown. And the radical left Democrat shutdown is ongoing, and it's sad. The Democrats, each day, the Democrats are losing support. Do you realize that? Do you understand that? More and more people are going to walk away from the Democrat Party. Every day more and more people are saying, we're sick and tired of the Democrat Party drama. People are sick and tired. Even those who voted for the Democrats in the past, they're saying enough. No more of this drama. Lizzie is here. Hi, Lizzie. Good to see you. Good to see you, Lizzie. Thanks for being here. My friends, please subscribe. If you haven't done so yet, I would appreciate that. Butch says, nice hat. Thank you, Butch. Ken says, God bless Brother Tassif. Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. Hope things are going well in Appleton. Ken, thank you. Ken from Appleton. My hair is kind of long. You see that? I think I need a haircut soon. My hair is quite long, actually. I don't usually keep it this long, but I've been so busy. I didn't have chance to go get a haircut. It's long and it's kind of gray too, right? It's gray. It's graying fast, really fast, you know. You go back and look at my photos from like 8 years ago. I didn't have that many gray hair, but that's all right. That's all right. Evelyn says that's wisdom. I hope so, Evelyn. I hope so. All right. All right. Okay, my friends. So the Democrats are busy with their shutdown, while the Republicans are focusing on peace and prosperity. So I wanted to talk to you about this historic peace deal. There's a lot more to discuss, but I feel like I can go on for hours and hours and hours. And I'll probably discuss more in future live streams, but I appreciate you all tuning in. I really do. It's just great, you know. It's such a wonderful journey together when you think about how far we have come on this channel. You know, from having less than 100 subscribers, we reached 100 and then 1,000 and then 5,000, 10,000. Here we are. We just crossed the 14,000 subscriber mark, and we continue to grow. So I hope that you will continue to support this channel. Make sure that you're subscribing if you haven't done so already, and also hit the like button, and also share the video. I would appreciate that. Share the video. If you have friends, family members, neighbors who you think would be interested in listening to my commentary, please share the link with them. I would appreciate that. And they don't have to be conservatives. You could share it with liberals too. If you think that you have a liberal friend or a liberal family member, a Democrat, um, you can just share, because I I believe in dialogue. Okay, I'm trying to get my message out to more people, and it doesn't mean that I'm only talking to conservatives. No, I'm talking to liberals. I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to independents. I'm talking to people who happen to be like swing voters. They'll vote for Republicans or Democrats depending on who's on the ballot, what the issues are, what the political landscape is like. And so, yeah, you can share my videos with your liberal friends, with your liberal Democrat family members, and hopefully my message will reach them and will make them think about their political positions and where they stand on issues. They don't have to agree with me, but I always welcome a dialogue, right? I am a solid conservative. I'm a very strong Republican. And that's me, and the world knows. Those who watch my videos, those who read my opinion pieces, those who read my blog posts, they know that um, how strong a Republican I am. So thank you, my friends. I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to end this live stream now. Please make sure that you're staying connected. So subscribe, and I'll be back again very soon. So may God bless you all. May God bless President Donald J. Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the Republicans in Washington. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. And remember, together, we will make America great again. Thank you so very much, my friends. I'm going to be back again very soon. So please stay connected. Thank you. Have a good night.